Hi guys, and welcome to Tasha Tuesday. So we are still in pandemic mode. I know that we have eased restrictions in some places. Some things are open, like Shanghai Disney, and I'm sure by the time this video goes out, more things will be released and opened up again, which will be really nice. But I thought I would tell you what some of my favorite things of May have been. Specifically, things that have kept me sane and en route and kind of entertained during quarantine. So let's get started. The number one thing that has kept me sane, and I know a whole bunch of other people, is my Nintendo Switch. I love this thing. I bought it at the end of March and it was so hard to get it. Like, there was 3 left in one of the like shopping centers, one of the shops that I went to, and I literally had to buy it online and go pick it up like the same day. It was insane. And it was like 40 minutes from my actual house and from my regular shopping center. But I wanted one, I got one, I love it. And you can probably guess what game I have been obsessed with. Animal Crossing New Horizon! I love this game. It is the first Animal Crossing game I have ever played, and I'm obsessed. I love it, it's so great. I finished the story mode, KK has come to my island. I still can't get past a 3-star island. In fact, my island went down to 2 stars when I started terraforming and putting paths. So if anyone knows how to get it up to at least, you know, back to 3 or 4 stars, I would love that, because it's not working for me. So, but yeah, this is literally like clocked up so many hours playing because I love this game so much, and it's my #1 form of entertainment currently. So other than Animal Crossing, I've been playing a few other video games, and my #1, apart from the Switch and Animal Crossing, has been Spore. I loved this game when I was younger. Like, I spent so many hours playing this, and I was cleaning out the back room and I found it again. And for those of you who don't know or have never heard of this game, you start off as a little, like, you pick a planet, you start off as a little cell, and then you have to like evolve, and you either become a herbivore or a carnivore or an omnivore. You can decide depending on like what you eat and how you like go through your life. So you start off as like a little cell, and then depending on what happens, you evolve, and then you design your creature depending on like what you do. Like, if you have wings, like you can put wings on, and if you choose to have wings, you find more wings and evolve. But if you decide, no, I don't want wings, I want to be like a runner, then like you find more feet, so then you like improve the abilities that you use. So it's fun. There's 5 different stages: cell stage, creature, tribal, civilization, and space. And in one afternoon I went from cell stage all the way to civilization. It's a fun game, highly recommend. I've spent so many hours playing this, and yeah, on Origin currently it is $10. Not a sponsor or anything, I just think it's a really fun game, and it's pretty cheap considering I paid like $45 when I was like younger for this like disc version, but I know on Origin now it's $10 for the game. So yeah, apart from video games, I've been loving board games. So I've been playing lots of board games recently. My family and I love board games. My friends and I love board games. We used to host weekly games nights with my friends where we would just play board games. Obviously, we haven't been able to do that because of like the restrictions and everything. But Andrew and I have been playing lots with my family here. So some of our favorites are this one here, which is Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle: Defense Against the Dark Arts. And this is a 2-player game, and it's a deck building game, and you pick the house that you want to be in, so like Gryffindor or Slytherin or Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff, you know, the house that you want to be in, and then you just are in like a defense against the dark arts class, and you have to beat your opponent by using spell cards that you collect, using items. So yeah, it's a really fun game. It's a little bit longer, like it's got 3 rounds, but you, like Andrew and I always like make it shorter by only doing 1 round and doing like a sudden death. But it's really fun. This is technically the shorter, smaller version. There is a full version of this game, which is 4 people, but because we knew we were going to be in quarantine, we bought the 2-person one. So yeah. The other game we have been loving, which I know I'm going to be a terrible person, Pandemic! I genuinely really love this game. So the premise of this game is that a pandemic has started in the world and you and a group of your scientists, depending on how many people there are, have to stop it and find the cures, and that's how you win, you find cures. So this is the base game, but there's so many expansions for it. We really want to get some. You could be like the quarantine specialist or the contingency planner, and each role has a special ability, but you don't get to pick your person. You have to like blindly pick it out, and then you have to go from there. So Andrew and I love this game. It is a 2 to 5 person game, so Andrew and I play it all the time. Yeah, it's fun. It can be harder because the more you play it, the more difficult it becomes, because once you know how to play, you add more like epidemics and more outbreaks and stuff like that. So it's a fun game, highly recommend. It is a little bit on the expensive side. I believe this was $60 for the base game. Lots of expansions, and if you're into like cooperative games, this is very, very good, because you are literally like, you work together the whole time to try and cure the planet. Next up is probably my favorite board game, which is Betrayal at House on the Hill. I love this game so flippin' much. It's kind of a mix between Dungeons and Dragons and like a co-op game. So the first part of the game is like more like Dungeons and Dragons, where you build the map, so you build the house that you're gonna be in, and depending on what room you go in depends on like how the house is set up. And then the second part of the game is when the haunt happens, where depending on like what tile you pulled and what your roll of the dice was depends on if the haunt happens, and each haunt is different. I will leave a link in the description below and up here somewhere for tabletop's version of it and like playthrough. It's 2 parts. I would highly recommend if you're interested in this game. It's really fun. It has 50 different games, like 50 different haunts in this one game. So it's very replayable, but it also has expansion packs. This game was $80. It's expensive, but it's very replayable. You can play from 3 to 6 players. The more is technically better because like more things happen, but it can also mean that it's harder depending on what the haunt is. Other things that have kept me sane have been streaming services. Mostly Disney Plus. Bless that site. So Andrew and I are currently watching the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we are watching everything. TV shows, one-shots, movie in order of timeline. It's a big task, but Disney Plus has been our savior. It has like 90% of the things we want to watch. The only things it doesn't have are like the Spider-Man stuff, a couple of the like series that are exclusive to Netflix, like Daredevil and Jessica Jones, and for some reason it doesn't have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 2 to 7 or 2 to 6. So we're not sure why that is, but it has like everything else, which has been really, really great. I love Disney Plus, highly recommend. I'm a big Disney nerd, as you can tell. Another streaming service I have been loving has been Stan. This is an Australian exclusive streaming service, and I love it because here in Australia it has RuPaul's Drag Race, which if it wasn't for that show, I would not know what day of the week it was, because I know that RuPaul's Drag Race gets released on Fridays in America, so we get it on Saturdays here in Australia. So that's how I know what day it is. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a clue. So it's been very helpful keeping track. Also, I love RuPaul's Drag Race. Another thing I have been loving has been House Party, the app. Obviously, we can't communicate face-to-face for a lot of the time, so having like something that lets people all communicate at once to be really great. And I know that lots of other platforms do have like video chat. I like House Party because it has games on it. And as I mentioned before, my friends used to do weekly games nights. So when we went on House Party, we found out that there was like quizzes, or there was like a quick draw game. So we would play games together while we were on House Party, which was really fun because it meant we could do our weekly games nights on this app. Last thing I have been loving is food. That's right, I have got that quarantine body looking fine. I have been filling it with toasties, noodles, and thankfully my favorite Chinese restaurant, Dumpling King, has been open, so you know your girl has been ordering that at least once a week. But yeah, so I don't know, like I really love food, and it makes me incredibly sad I can't go out to buy it because I love the experience of going to a restaurant and sitting down and ordering food. The fact that I can't do that is really sad. So I've been loving using Uber Eats and ordering food and like supporting local restaurants that do have Uber Eats or do have like a pickup service that I can order and take it home with me, because I like eating restaurant meals because I'm not the best cook. I don't enjoy cooking that much, but I like eating. So it's been a way of doing that. So that is some of the things that I have been loving during quarantine. Let me know how you have been spending your time, what you've been doing. Have you learned a new hobby? Are you like marathoning a series or a TV show? Like, what have you been up to? What have you been loving? What has kept you entertained? I would love to know. Let me know that in the comments below. Also, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, and if you're new here, click the red subscribe button and bell button to get notified when I post a video. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you all next week. Bye!